Okay, what's up? It's been over a month since my last video, so sorry to all 14 of you. I know you've been waiting desperately to know what I've been up to. So we won't be. We're just going on, okay? Won't be talking about the artist way today. I am reading it still. I kind of paused on it. I had like a crazy. It's May now, but I had a crazy April. Yeah, so I'm just gonna update you on what's going on. So long story short, April's my birthday month. Happy birthday to me. Thank you. A few things happened. So I ended up at Coachella for my birthday, which is something I try to do every year. I've only successfully done it once, and it was the second weekend when I went to see Beyonce with my sister. But this year Gaga was performing, and I had to be there. And I went with some friends. I went without a ticket. And I was like, I'm just gonna find a ticket. A ticket's just gonna find me. I just like knew it. And the day of, my friends surprised me with a wristband to see Gaga, and it was a very amazing weekend. It was great. And then I came back from LA, and I was kind of recovering from that, and then work and everything. So I've been like behind doing everything. April was like a weird month. There was just a lot going on, but we're here now. So more things that's going on with me. I'm still, in the process of, first of all, I look amazing. Let's just get that out of the way. Just still working and writing and auditioning and doing my thing. This is the one thing that I kind of slept on, which I really hate that I did that. I was gonna actually vlog, but I wasn't sure if I could bring the camera into the festival, so I didn't even like bring it at all. But everything's going good at work. I have been recently having some moments at work where you ever manifest something purposefully but accidentally, and then the universe like brings it to you, and you were so like it was kind of like you weren't really playing about it, but you didn't think it would happen when it happened, and you were unprepared. Something like that happened to me at work. So I was at work, and I don't know if I ever talked about my day job, but because I don't know who's fucking weird on the internet that might pop up and try to fucking kidnap me. But I work at a movie theater, and a certain director frequents this theater for a lot of reasons, and he's there a lot. He was there when his what was he there for? When one of his last movies a year or so ago came out, and I kept missing him. He kept coming early in the morning, but he wasn't the only one. There was other directors. There was like Jordan Peele was coming when Nope was about to come out. They like to watch, they were having meetings there. They would like to watch the movies there and all this stuff, right? And I kept missing them. And I always would say this joke like, I need to print out my headshots and like leave them in theater so when they come they can like find them, blah 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 blah. I go into work one day, early shift, and I'm like helping someone set up like and everything. One of my coworkers calls me over, and they were like, "Oh, they're having a meeting in this one theater." I was like, "Okay." I didn't really ask about it. I didn't care. It was too early. My coffee didn't even digest. One of my coworkers pulls me aside. He goes, "Do you know who's in there?" And I go, "No." He goes, "The person you talk about every day is in there." I go, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." I go, "Oh my God." Thank God for the warning. So they're in there doing their little thing. I'm doing my work thing, and they start to come out of this theater, and I'm just looking. I'm like, where is he? Where is he? I'm looking. And then in the crowd, I see Christopher Nolan. And like, it's one of those things where you're like, okay. And like, you don't need to act cool, because you're so in shock, you can't even be. You ever been so? It was like when I saw Gaga. When I saw Gaga at Coachella, it was my first time ever seeing her perform ever, and not first time ever seeing her in person. I actually saw her at the Grove for one of her like house labs things, but it was real quick. But I was so in shock. I was seeing her. I remember thinking I was gonna burst out into tears, but I was so in shock. All I could do was watch. And he comes at the theater, and I'm like, okay, and I just continue doing my little task, my little things, and I wanted to say something to him. I couldn't, because he was like with his people. Also, like, what am I gonna say? I was unprepared. I was saying like I was saying I was always gonna have my headshot ready, and I was kind of joking because I'm like, I don't need to have my headshot to everybody because like I don't want to be that girl. But damn, I wish I could have been that girl in that moment. I was like, I wish I had a card with my face on it. Like, even if he doesn't call me, even if he's like, okay, this guy's annoying, at least I can say I did it, right? So it was just kind of a crazy moment. I was just like, cool. And I was kind of flipping out about it in a way. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe he's here. And like seeing him sparked something in my head. Like, I've had visions of like me working with him, being on set with him, like things that just manifest. And then seeing him in person, it was like, oh my God, you're a real person. This is like, it was just really weird. And I was like, oh my gosh, cool. And then he left, and I went about my day, and the whole day I was just kind of thinking about it. It was just on my head heavy. And it was really cool to see him because it's kind of like, I felt like the universe was kind of poking at me like, you need to get it going. Because like that guy's waiting on you, but like you gotta start doing your own thing. He's not just gonna like yank you out of your day job. Like, this isn't the 90s. Like, he doesn't know who you are. He has a lot going on. So if you really want to work with him, you need to be like doing your own shit needs to get done first. It literally felt like the universe was kind of like, I don't want to say dangling. It was kind of like, he's here. Oh, you're not. Oh, okay. Yeah, crazy. It was weird to say that, like, seeing a director who like was inspiring, like, how annoying is that? But it really was. I was like, whoa, okay, slay. I was like, damn, that's crazy. And it's funny because like at the theater I work at, we get a lot of people who work at IMATs, and I love IMATs. But some okay, no, we're not. It's not. I'm never gonna get on IMATs. We get a lot of people who come to see movies at our theater who have worked on the movies that are being shown, and you'll talk to them because maybe they're always wearing like crew merch, but then you like ask them if they work in film, and they're upset that you asked if they worked in film. And you're literally wearing the merch of the movie you're seeing. Like, did you not think someone was gonna ask you? A lot of old heads who have been in the game for years, which, like, kudos to you. The gatekeeping in the film industry is worse than a Depop bitch on TikTok. They don't want film to continue without them. They don't want you up in here. There's no one who's like, damn, maybe I should get an apprentice and teach my knowings to them. So when I do decide to leave, which is soon, someone has the knowledge and cares about film. Like, I can pass that on to them. Do you know what I mean? The reason all these studios are getting bought by like these CEOs who are just rich is because like we aren't keeping like the film people in the positions that film people should be in, you know? And I think that's why like streaming has gotten kind of crazy, why people aren't filming in LA like that. Like, I live in Hollywood and it don't give Hollywood all the time. Love Hollywood, I love LA. But I find myself being like, it's not glamorous like it probably was back in the day. I wasn't here for when it was glamorous, you know? But yeah, you'll meet people who work in the industry and you're like, you're not asking for a job. You're just asking like, well, what would someone like me want to do? Literally, one of my coworkers asked someone like, they were like, well, I'm not gonna say who they were working with. He asked him like, well, what could I do to like, you know, get into like working for that company or something like that? They go, get hired 30 years ago. How discouraging. What is that energy for? I don't understand it. I don't get it. And people like want to complain, and it sucks because it's like it's a double-edged sword because like you have people who are like gatekeeping because of job security, which I get. There's nothing wrong with teaching somebody. I'm a firm believer if you're like talented in what you do, you'll never be without a job. That's just how I feel. Maybe I'm more secure than some people in Hollywood. I'm not gonna go there. But I feel like if I was like a camera operator and I was like really good, really sought after, I feel like I'd be like, I need to like share this knowledge with the younger generation because I love film so much. I want to make sure people who love film can keep film alive the way it needs to be. Sinners is killing it at the box office. It came back into theaters for 70 millimeter because it's so good. Someone who loves film had to make that movie. Ryan Coogler made that movie because he loves film, he loves IMAX, and he like, you know, imagine if he didn't teach anyone else about like why it's important to film with IMAX and like didn't spread that knowledge. Like, that'd be crazy, right? That's just what the younger people in LA are dealing with right now, and that's why you gotta make your own shit. And then you do, and then people are like, oh, you should, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, seeing Mr. Nolan was interesting. It was really cool. I was like, wow, he like, I was like, that guy made Interstellar. It's pretty cool, you know? Mr. Nolan, if you're seeing this, I'd gladly audition for anything if you want to help a brother out. If you need an intern, I got you. I got you. Honestly, I'd love to intern under Christopher Nolan's. But it's hard out here for like the filmmakers. Like, it's fucking hard. It really is. And it's crazy because it's like you have movies like Sinners where people are like, oh, this is good film. And it's like, but y'all don't want to support it. Y'all don't want to make movies in America. You don't want to make them in America. You don't want to make them in LA. You don't want to hire local people. You like it's weird. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's not that I'm complaining. I'm fucking confused. I just don't get like where we're going in the long run. And there's so many people who are like, oh, there's not going to be a Hollywood in a few years. How fucking terrifying is that? Anyway, that happened. I'm finding myself really wanting to hit the ground running. Some things are coming into fruition very soon. I feel it. So I'm very happy about that. Going to Coachella was really cool because it was really inspiring to see someone who was an artist do their art. And like, I can do that too. I can make my art and perform and do things, and you really just have to do it. It's freaking hard. Like, it's hard, but you know, that's why I wanted to do this vlog. I wanted to do this to keep myself accountable and share how I'm feeling as an actor. I mean, it's funny, I remember reading something where they were saying like, you know, as an actor, like, your agent's like only able to do 10% of the work. You have to make your own stuff. You got to do your own thing, and it's true. You do. A lot of shows that are coming out have influencers in it who have been putting themselves out there on the internet, and I commend them for that. Honestly, I do. And people are just trying to get things while the iron's hot. The studio really kind of they really tackle those kind of things, you know, talking about making movies that make money, you know, and all that, which, yeah. It's just, I don't, what my biggest thing is, and I've said to my friends before, LA, Hollywood should prioritize any person in Hollywood or LA who wants to make something in Hollywood or LA. If there's a movie that is coming across anyone's desk, MGM, Paramount, Universal, Warner Brothers, wherever in LA, they all should be fighting with each other to get it made in LA. It should be made here. Why are we using AI? Why are we filming out in Europe? for a show that's supposed to be based in Los Angeles or anywhere in the US, we all should be like, the taxes on movies and films should be nothing. Someone should be filming outside of my house right now. Like, it should be films. That's what, because it's like, we have these award shows here, and we're giving awards to people, and you look at them and like, oh, that wasn't filmed here, that wasn't filmed. It's like, what is LA just going to be a place where we have award shows? You know what I mean? It's just complicated, and it's just a weird thing that is happening that I really just don't understand. That being said, I just gotta do my own thing and share it. I feel like I have something else to share. Oh, I kind of want to circle back on the whole manifestation of Nolan. So he's someone who I bring up daily at my work, and seeing him was interesting because I felt like I brought him there at that specific time. Because usually no one at my job sees him. He's never there at that time where there are people to see him. It's usually like the managers or whoever are there to let him in. And the fact that I saw him, I was like, oh, I can speak things into reality. And knowing that is cool and also scary. It's cool because it's like, oh, whatever I want I can kind of just say. But it's like, I'm not going to know when I'm going to get it, or when it's gonna come, or how it's gonna, or if I'm even gonna be prepared per se. Now again, and he may come again, and I may still not say anything to him, cause like maybe that's not the time. I think about these things all the time. Me and my friend, a friend of mine, I don't want to drop names. You know, we always talk about like not wanting to look like a fan, cause it's like it is LA, and how stupid as it sounds, it's like, so many people you want to work with, you will maybe see, or you may meet someone at a party. You don't want to be like, you don't want to be a fan. And that's nothing to do about being cool. It's like, if I really think I'm going to work with Christopher Nolan one day, whether it be like an actor in his movie or whatever, I don't want to see him at my job and be like, oh my God, Mr. Nolan, I love you so much. You're such a good director. Here's my improvement. You don't want to be that person, because what if I get an audition for Interstellar 2, which he would never make, but you know what I mean, and a movie of his, an audition, and I get close, and they're having meetings, and they have my headshot on the wall. He's like, wait, that guy looks familiar. He's like, oh my God, that's the guy who gave me his headshot at his job. He kind of accosted me. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna work with him. He's too. Do you get what I'm saying? Would he be flattered? I'm sure, but it's like he lives in film, and I don't want to be someone who's like, because if I get the opportunity to audition, even if I got the part, maybe even if I skip past him in the casting process and I get on site, sees me, he's gonna be like, oh, that's that guy. And you may be like, well, why would Christopher Nolan remember you if that happened? Because it's me. He wouldn't forget. That's the thing. He wouldn't forget. So, yeah. See him again, I'm probably not going to say anything. I think it's for the best. But it was cool to see him. I'm just going to have to wait until I'm on set with him. Anyway, this was a cute little gab. I think I'm going to go read. And I'll see you later.